Hello, everybody. Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast about knitting, sometimes spinning, life, books, dogs, all that stuff. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys could stop by and chat. I hope you have something to drink and you're knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever, and we'll have a nice little visit. Anyways, um, as I said, I'm Kim, and I do all my craftiness in my house outside of Lima, Ohio. And I live here with my father in law, Ronald, my gorgeous husband, Randy, my kitty cat, Heather, my puppy dog, Casper, who you'll probably see before this is over. And we do this all outside of Lima, Ohio. Anyway, so let's see what's going on lately. Oh, yeah, that's right. Today is February 25th, and this is episode 230. Now, you can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. And then you can find me on Ravelry as Napier's Knits. And then we have our Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group also on Ravelry. I have to apologize for my hair. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. On Instagram, I'm knitting_Kim. Now, I am an affiliate. That means I try to let you know what's going on at Nitpicks and Michaels. And then if you go to my blogger um, show notes, there's little links over to the side. And if you copy and paste them, put them in your browser, you can shop as normal. And I get a couple pennies back that I then turn around and give as gift cards to you guys. Well, let me tell you what's going on at Michael's right now. Michael's has up to 50% off of most of their spring decor. And then they also have buy one, get one free on most of their yarn. Make sure to check before you purchase. Plus, some prices are only good online. So, check all these things before you purchase. Wonderful. I love all these yarns. What am I saying? I love yarn, period. Knit Picks, they're still having 30% off their Swish yarn, and that goes through the 28th. Then they start their new yarn of the month, which I don't know what that's going to be yet. Then they also have 30% off of blue yarn. That's to help you kick the blues of winter. Isn't that cute? Anyways, I don't have any finished objects. Oh, I'm not ready for that yet anyways. So I was saying how turn around and give them as gift cards, the money. Well, I do that through finished objects or certain crafty objects. Like, for example, every month there's a finished object thread going. Like right now we have one that started in February and goes through March, through the 31st. I go in there on the following first of the month, and I lock the thread. And then I have used random number generator to pick out two people who can then get gift cards or patterns or things like that. Now, for January and February, which will end on the 28th, I will close it first thing in the morning on the 1st of March. And this, I decided to do crafting socks because why not? I love crafting socks. So that was started in January 1st and it goes to the end of February, like I said. A couple more days. Then I'll be closing that soon. Now, the winners, I need to go in there and change my notes. I didn't change them from the previous time where it says had to start before September 1st, finished no later November 30th. I think I'm a little behind on those. No, it had to be started no later than January 1st and finished by February 28th. Okay? Now, you can poly dip into either one. I mean, if you finish a pair of socks, go ahead. Put them into finished object too. You might as well. Let's see. So the prizes. Like I said, I picked two people from whichever thread ends, and those two people have a choice. between a physical Joann's gift card, physical Hobby Lobby gift card, or a physical Michael's gift card. Those would each be for $10. You could have one of those, or you could have an e-card from Nitpicks. Now, if you don't really want to worry about any of that, you could get a pattern, any giftable pattern, one giftable pattern up to $10. Okay, I'll be glad to have that come your way. Yeah, so that's what the people who get chosen get to choose from. Oh, and also, you can also go to Mila's Knit Corner and choose one pattern that she has, just because. No, honestly, she's Ukrainian, and it's something I've done to help support Ukraine. Okay, now I don't have any finished objects. I'll let you know. And I didn't bring the afghan out because I really have not done that many rows on it yet. But I did bring out one of my soup kitchen socks. The other one is still they're the same size, so I just brought one out. Ta-da! Yeah, I like these. These are nice and soft. These will go to somebody in the soup kitchen, help keep their feet warm. Oh, I do want to show you this. I've had this for a little while. So that's called a Portuguese knitting pin. As many of you know, I have had arthritis for a very long time. And the one thing that always helped my arthritis was knitting. Well, I have one or two fingers where that's not helping much. So I've done Portuguese knitting once before. And it's really cool. And I picked it up again. In fact, my sweater that I'm making for myself and the afghan, I'm using my Portuguese knitting pin. Now, the socks, I'm not, only because I didn't start off with them. Yeah, hi. You can say hi to everybody on the camera. Yeah, see? Yeah, there you are. This is Casper. He's my buddy. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm using this now, and for socks, they don't actually hurt my fingers as much as other knitting. But so I was going to put a progress marker on my sweater that I'm making. Let's see, the Caddington Wrap, and I'm using Chroma fingering weight yarn. There, it's a Knit Picks pattern. It is so pretty. There's a couple more pictures of it. Now, this one you put on a provincial, not provincial, what's it called? Yeah, provisional, thank you. Cast on, and then you work it from the center out. Okay, last week I was going to put a progress marker on, but as it turned out, it didn't matter because I didn't count my stitches, and somehow I had increased stitches, and it was going to be way, 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 way too big on one side and hopefully be the right number on the other. So I ripped it all out and I started again. So, um, yeah. So there's the provisional cast on. Okay. And see that pretty pattern? I love it. Now, right here is where the sleeves are going to go. So, as I get ready for those, I will let you know. But I have to do 14 inches, I think, before I worry about the next thing. But I love this yarn. I love, if you remember, if you've been with me for a long time, you know I love chroma yarn. Some people do, some people don't. I happen to be one of them that does. I happen to be one of them that does. So yeah, I love that yarn. I love that pattern. And after I get done with this sweater, I'm going to start working on Christmas sweaters for my grandbabies next Christmas. All four of them. I know, I told you last time. I've got a new grandbaby coming along in about, well, in April. I'm not sure when in April, but in April. So tickled pink. Okay. So, my last time I did show notes, I talked about how cold it was outside. Okay, I got up this morning and it was super gray out, and I thought, oh. And I actually woke up with a migraine, but I tried to ignore it because I this is stupid. I tried to ignore it because I was going to the church to volunteer for the first time in ages. I did. They told me they needed somebody to make phone calls because they don't like making phone calls. So I said, okay, okay. So I was supposed to start. Oh my goodness, every week since Christmas. But I know what happened last week. I got out in the van, um, turned the ignition on, tried to open the garage door, and the garage door was frozen shut. Now I don't know why I did the next thing. I came inside, opened up the front door, and I couldn't have gone anywhere anyways because there was a big snowdrift. So Casper is kissing Heather. Heather's trying to decide if she likes it or not. Anyways, so yeah, so the lady who asked me to make phone calls for her, she told me, just start coming in. Don't wait for me to text you or anything. So I said this. She told me this last week. I said, well, I couldn't come over today if I wanted to, but I said starting next week I will be there. So today I got to be on there, and I love talking to people on the phone. I do. But so yeah, so I'm back to volunteering, which is good. I hope for you guys, because when I wasn't doing anything outside the house, I was losing track of days, which is why I didn't have any rhyme or reason to when I was doing my podcast. Now I'm volunteering again on Tuesday. I'm hoping to keep doing my podcast on Tuesday, unless I'm sick or something. I've got a migraine today, but I decided it's been too long. So yeah, so I decided this is great. Then I have my Tuesdays all figured out. Except next week I also have two doctor's appointments. It was supposed to be a dentist and two doctor's appointments. But okay, now to explain my hair, my beautician is one of my former sixth grade students. Just love her. And I love her family. I've had both her and her brother in my classes. And I know her mother. And I've met her father, but I wouldn't say I really know him. But oh, I can't even think when it was. Sometime they had a big accident with a truck. The truck was starting, I think it looked like it was starting to jackknife, and they were right behind it. Anyways, her father has been in the hospital in severe pain since then. You know, God willing, he'll be going home this week. Her mother, I don't know. Well, I know she was injured, but I think they allowed her to go home. But so yeah, he's been in the hospital a long time, and so anyways, she had sent a text out to all of her customers saying, at this time, I'm canceling all my appointments. I'll let you know when I'm coming back. I feel like I need to spend time with mom and dad. And I told her definitely. So she told us we could go to one of her coworkers. But she knows my hair. She knows how little and all there is of it. So I said, I'll just wait. So she said she might be back next week. I said, oh, yes, yes. That will be nice. So we'll see. So that's what happened with my hair. Then I have a very nervous puppy. We have new neighbors. I've met the father and I've met their youngest boy. I've seen their chickens. Casper can't go, well, he doesn't want to run over there on his own anyways anymore. I'll tell you why in a minute. They also have two older children too, school age. Um, but they have a dog. And ever since right before I went to California and I took him to the vet, we came out of he'd had no fear of anything at that point. Dogs didn't matter the size. He was brave as could be. Well, as we're coming out that day, there was a big black dog, and its bark was so loud. And Casper got scared, and the vet told us you pick him up and take him to the counter because this dog would try to take a bite out of him. Ever since then, if she hears other dogs barking, she gets afraid. We went out to California, and there's this beautiful church there. The church, I don't know about the inside of the church. The outside is beautiful. They have tons of roses all the way around it. They have a nice fountain. I used to love to go there and just read. You know, well, you had to go by these dogs. They were behind a fence, but knowing how barking freaks him out, he wouldn't. It, we'd be outside, and he'd hear the dog, and this was like a block away, and he wouldn't be happy. So yeah, so we go outside, and he has my puppy has two little tags on his collars, and when he goes outside, they do jingle together. We're used to the sound, so I didn't even think about it. Every time we go out, the other dog starts barking. Casper will turn around, tail between his legs, and come running towards the door, and I have to tell him, no, no, no. I'm with you. You have to do your outside business. So, poor boy. He's had a really rough time of it yesterday and today. Because I don't think that dog's out every time, but it seems like yesterday and today, whenever we wanted to go outside, that doggy was out there, wasn't it? He's standing right in front of me looking at me. So, anyway, so yeah, he's not been having a super duper time going outside because he never knows when that dog's going to bark at him. So, anyways, hopefully this recorded on my computer. Last week I couldn't do it on my computer because my camera stopped working. And finally I figured out what to do. I think, oh, I should tell you what else I'm doing because you guys are my accountability partners too. Um, I am Weight Watchers, okay? I wasn't really good at keeping track of all my points and everything. And I was really ready to. Sorry, honey, that was me. What did I thought? Oh, well, I wanted to see about doing the Ozempic or something like that. So I sent a text off to my doctor, and he goes, "No, your glucose isn't high enough for it." Okay. So basically, the weight I am, I'm not happy with, and I talked with Randy. I said I really don't like surgeries, but I'm almost thinking gastric bypass. Well, I needed to go see my get a mammogram last last week or 2 weeks ago. Anyways, she asked me what my weight was, and I told her. I said I'm not happy about it. I said, in fact, right now I'm to the point where I'm going to see about um, gastric bypass surgery. She goes, "Oh, don't do that." She goes, "I've heard of too many people who just have troubles absorbing their nutrients from their food." She goes, "So don't do that." She goes, "Have you tried Ozempic?" I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "But I don't have high enough glucose." She goes, "Have you tried finding out there's a clinic around that does it?" I said, "Are there such places?" And she said, "Yes." And she goes, "Or are you with Weight Watchers?" I said, "Well, I have been, but I've not been really good about it." She goes, "They have a GLP-1 program through there, but you have to meet all the criteria." I said, "Well, I'll look into it because I'd rather not have surgery." So, yes, there is a lot that you have to do to go through it. Um, you have a dietitian, you have a clinician, you have 3 different people I answer to, which is great. Um, you sign up for different programs too. Well, this one does cost a little, but you get the drugs in the mail, and it's basically it does about the same thing as all those other ones do. And I gave myself a shot on Saturday, and I have to tell you, I wasn't expecting to have results immediately. My husband goes to the grocery on Saturday, usually with his father, and then they stop by Panera and get me a salad. So I got myself a salad. I don't remember which one now, but you know, it had chicken in it and lots of good things. And I ate half of it, and I had to tell Randy, "You can have the rest of this because I can't eat it." I said, "I am full." It actually, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was enough of a skeptic. I wasn't sure if it would make me feel full, and it did. Okay, now, since I've started this, I've lost half a pound since Saturday. So I'm happy with it. I don't want to lose it fast. I just want to lose it. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to try to keep you guys updated as to what's going on. And honestly, I've not had any side effects from it. Um, if anything, I've slept better at night. But yeah, so that's what's going on with my life. Anyways, I hope you guys have all been having a great, great, great past couple of weeks. And I'm hoping we can make this a weekly appointment again. I really want to because I enjoy talking with you guys and hearing your comments, or some of you've emailed me before, and I just love that. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I hope all your craftiness is successful without any mistakes, especially any that you would have to rip out like this. Not like that, like my sweater. But if you do make mistakes, I hope they're little ones and they're easy to fix. Love you all. Big, big hugs. God bless you all and take care. And I hope I talk to you next Tuesday. Bye bye.